Thank you to Taro Wolf for their generous donation on Patreon. Feels weird. We haven't done this in a while.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking about that as I was setting up. I was like, see, I think it was it was before the election. So,
Yeah.
2 years ago?
It's
Maybe?
been
Feels like?
it's been a fucking minute.
Because you were like, oh, well, we should get together on the election. I was like, yeah. And then my life fucking went to,
Yeah.
holy fuck.
Is you good now at least?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just normal family drama again.
Yeah.
The usual shit.
Same here. All right, let's see if I remember how to do this. Guten Tag. My name.
Ich glaube nicht.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to All of the Above. I'm Vivian.
And I'm Caleb.
Yeah, we did the thing. That's the only thing we've ever managed to maintain as a as a routine. Every other plan has gone to shit.
Everything's changed from setup to from location, how we did it, what we do, and what we even talk about.
We have tried to make this show everything other than what it probably should have been.
I think we did really well as an actual radio show.
Yeah.
That was home.
Yeah, man. Like, it was a structure. We had good feedback. It was... We're jumping right into the retrospective without actually talking about why we're having a retrospective. We're just so eager to do this again. For those who are watching this, you people... the title.
It's even weirder given you're pointing at me.
Yeah, which is weird because for me, you are there, and the webcam's there, but you are looking at me, who's there for you, and I fucking hate it.
And for me, you're dead on.
Yeah, like I'd have to basically be here. I look like a found footage. Look like a found footage. Fucking like, I did it. I saw him and I shot him and I killed him.
This isn't country music. You can't start your country music career.
This is the debut of my country music career. Top single of 2022. I saw him, I shot him, and I killed him.
I mean, I've listened to female country stars. That's basically the gist of most of their music.
I feel like we're referencing the same TikTok here.
Is it TikTok? Mine is just from years of listening to country music.
Yeah. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. Okay, so the title pretty much gives it away. This is the finale of All of the Above. We're retiring the show by me deciding that I'm retiring the show.
Hey, if it was anyone's to retire.
Well, we started this show together many years ago. Many years ago. We're old, man. We're old. God damn it.
No.
What?
Once you said that, I actually thought back to when we started this.
2014. It's
7 long years ago.
7 years.
This motherfucker is a second grader.
Oh, Christ. Yeah, this is... I'll get into why this is happening later on, but basically, it just didn't seem right to retire the show without the person that made it all possible, that being you. I mean, you were the linchpin. You are the reason why any of this was a thing, because... Now the retrospective can start sappy and in the latter half of 2013, I tried to have a radio show at UMKC, University of Missouri, Kansas City, called Warm Malt Liquor, and it sucked.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it was me and a rotating guest of people that I did not like talking to mostly.
Which is a bad formula for talk radio.
Yeah, it's just it'd be 30 minutes of bickering about what we're going to talk about, then a commercial break, and then coming back to us still not having resolved the fucking thing, and then that was the show. It's like if I Love Lucy was just the bit where a guy says that she can't be in the show, and that's it.
It's like a more hateful version of Married with Kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Friends with sort of friends. But you never were on Warmont Liquor, if I recall.
No, I think that we called the first episode I was on there was the first episode of All of the Above.
Yeah.
Because it turned out to just be me and you, because it was supposed to be me, you, Dan, and Nate.
God, that would have been a disaster.
And then they just kind of fucked off for some reason that I don't remember.
Well, fortuitous for us.
Mm.
Because before that even happened, we had a epiphany centric I don't know an illuminating conversation at a Winstead's, as you do.
Some in the business would call it a listener review.
And some of the psychology business would call it an intervention. Because it was the theme was, you guys are fucking giving everyone a headache.
And you two obviously don't want to be there.
Yeah. And yeah. So what basically was the thing from the end of 2013 to the beginning of the 2014 semester was trying to figure out how to make an actual show, whatever. And then during that same time, we were doing D&D. And you recently said you're going to be taking over as a DM. Is this the same D&D group, just sort of evolved from the original, or is it a new one? Or
given soon, maybe 50% is totally new. I'd say evolved and or a brand new.
Nice.
Because it's really just me and Kyle left over.
Yeah.
Because now Sam is actively participating. So
that's wonderful.
Yeah. And then Sam's bringing in one of his friends from Arizona because he was like, "Oh, I've always wanted to do this, and I have no one out here."
That's good to feel accepted via default.
No, I've talked to him a few times. He's a pretty chill dude.
That's cool.
And then Ethan in Briggs.
Yeah.
Edit that out. Because I just realized I said his full fuck name.
Yeah. Does he not want to be mentioned on the webternet?
Let me ask him. He's sitting playing Stardew.
Of course he's in your house! Oh, man. He is the most loyal dog anyone has ever had. And you've had a few.
That's how I get there. What?
I have no idea what he just said.
Mind if I say your name online? I don't care.
Hey, it's Ethan! Hey, how you doing? You're looking good. You're looking sexy.
He says you're looking good and sexy.
And she said that, goddammit.
Ed, no, he's avoiding going directly to sleep and then working all day tomorrow.
I can sympathize with
why. I've only worked 50 hours this week.
Yeah, I can only imagine why the stress would be creeping at that point. Oh man, but yeah. See, this is total sidetrack mode now. This is why we have one topic this time. This is one topic, because otherwise 5 hours will go by. We might address half of it. But my biggest problem with audio only D&D or calling into a D&D session was everyone else was in person except like me. And text-based D&D is just awful because
Yeah.
no one in our group knows how to properly text with emotion.
And then there's fucking like order, like
Yeah.
someone who can't type 500 words per second.
Kyle. You talk about Kyle.
Oh hell, I've even been on like WoW RP servers. I even tried DMing with like friends back from Washington. And I'm one of the people who type slower too, so I'll be like answering questions that were 3 pages ago.
I remember role playing on like old forums. Like back when Deviant had forums and there was like roleplay.net or some shit.
Yeah.
No, it was
the old-
fanfiction.net. I would do role playing on fanfiction forums, and it was an instant chat. It was post to post. So you just hope to Christ no one else was on that fucking forum, or else the post you're responding to is 500 posts up by that point. And
All right, listen, kids. A forum is
oh man,
like a thread.
we're gonna be 30 in a couple years, man. What the?
Don't say that. I am solidly 25. I was promised.
I was promised life before death, but it doesn't feel like it. Oh, for Christ's sake! Well,
This is the book, by the way, if you can see
oh, that's a thickums.
that. Yeah.
This is the book I'm reading.
That one's not so thick. I got that
Nah.
somewhere.
This shit's a pamphlet. 90% of this is other people doing forewords for the actual book. And you laugh because you know it's
forgot
true.
About that. Like half of it is just
Various different language preludes. That's all this fucking is. If I'd be interested in doing a webcam D&D. I don't want to just invite myself, 1, 2, commit to anything, or 3, try to just shove my figurative penis into your fucking plans here. But if maybe you and Kyle or Ethan or Sam, whatever, want to do like maybe a one-off, if I could audition to be that kind of thing, because my schedule's fucking open again.
Oh yeah. I think it's fine. I'll chat with the other ones. Even in like when I start running this adventure path is very open to like people just dropping in.
Oh,
Because
okay.
the path, that's why I like playing Pathfinder a little bit. Every adventure is for 12 fucking people.
Yeah.
But then it's like best optimized for 4. So I'm like, so you built a game meant to be played by 12 people, but only expect 4 to show up.
Hey, man. They know their crowd.
It's true. They thought ahead on that one with
Yeah.
so many people I'm hearing talking about scheduling issues.
Yeah, like there's more scheduling with D&D than there's D&D anymore. And Pathfinder is just D&D for people who thought D&D was too easy or not customizable enough.
I want to do this thing. Well, D&D don't have rules for that, so I'm gonna make up some rules for that.
And then 20 years later, Pathfinder book that's in your house right now.
Yes. Yeah, basically. I have fucking 5 books that honestly explain some of the exact same things.
That's always my favorite, like autobiographies by the same person who obviously expected to die already. So they put out another autobiography that tells the same stories, but they just like
added chapter.
Yeah, like DLC for a book, but it's a whole new book tour, whole new signings. They're just like, I ran out of the money from the last one, and I'm 80.
And
I got nothing new to
shit
tell.
happened.
Yeah, like nothing's happened to me since the last book, so I'm just gonna talk about having a book. There we go.
Exactly. And the process of fucking publishing it. I mean, that's a little interesting. I probably would read that if it wasn't probably 400 pages.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, so we were doing D&D, and you and I, everyone in the group had like a person they were best with. Nate and
Yeah.
Dan were best with each other. You and Kyle were best with each other. Me and you were best with each other.
I was best boy. Thank you.
Yeah, you were best boy for sure. I literally gave you an award. Granted, it was just a cardboard box from a Grand Theft Auto advertisement cut out, but you got the award.
I got an award.
Yeah.
I found that money, by the way, that we all like threw in change for, and there's a good like $300 in like change. I should really buy you a like award and just mail it out to people.
That would be nice. Or I'm just saying I can't pay my electric bill this month, so I'm just saying.
Just a box full of change.
Yeah,
Is that what you're-
I'm pretty sure I contributed a quarter to that thing. By the way, I've never had spare money. Oh Christ. Anyway, we were doing D&D. You and I had a special, just like clicking, snapping fingers at each other kind of fucking mode.
Screaming at each other in character.
Yeah, freaking everyone out, and then when the scene ends, everyone's like, "I think we need to take a break. We don't want to fight here." And we're like, "Dude, that was great. You want a cigarette? That was fucking euphoric." It's like we had verbal fuckingery. It was
Synergetic.
yeah, that's a good word. Way less evocative of our longest standing rivalry. Christ. But no, yeah, we had a synergetic fusion of auras. We talked good, and
Don Dare acted well.
We're real good at throwing the line back and forth. You're coming off the top of the little bean hole, you know? And so we were like, we should definitely do this on the radio show. And then I remember there was episode 0 of All of the Above, where we weren't officially the only ones.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even episode 0 of All of the Above was literally just like a car vlog that I didn't stop recording when we got to your house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was recording in the car and we dropped Dan off at his job that he had at that point. And I'm like, even in the video, pissy about it. Like, cause he lived 2 fucking feet from his work.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember where he worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like...
The country
fucking
club.
you could
Yeah.
see your work from your fucking front step.
But then it was you, me, and Nate. We drove from the country club to your house. Nate groped your face.
As he does.
Oh yeah, it is oft done. I mean, that's how you became friends in the first place.
Yeah, actually. Yeah. See here, kids. Asperger's. So I just fucking touched and hugged him until he stopped hitting me, and that's how we became friends. And some people might think that's a lie, and that is actually entirely true.
And some people might consider that assault, and that would also be true. Oh man, but yeah. So we got to your house, and we'd been trying to figure out a good a title. I remember that's when we decided to just jump right in because we had all these ideas of things we wanted to do and these little games, these little things. The Bunker Buster was from the beginning.
Yeah.
And I remember I was watching a lot of Syphil and Ollie at that point, so I was thinking of all these different skits and shit, but none of those fucking happened, which is good because they weren't great ideas to begin with.
There's still the classic one. I don't know if it... Do you... I wonder if you do still have it up. I haven't.
What?
With, what the fuck is his name? Hobbit from college, where we were sitting in,
Oh! Yeah!
You...
Oh, God. Oh, I feel so bad.
Your ancestors are embarrassed, and you're just actually hurt on the floor.
Yeah.
And just fucking freaking you on.
Yeah, that was a year later. That was almost a year. It was almost a year to the month We'll get to that. Goddamn. I feel so bad that I don't remember his name. Last time I saw him was when I graduated.
Motherfucker doesn't talk to me or anyone else, so.
Yeah. But funny guy. But yeah, we had all these plans. We couldn't think of a name, and it was either before the video or during the video where all of the above. We're like, what the fuck are we going to talk about? And we threw out a bunch of stuff like Houston, we have
Whitney
a problem.
Houston.
Whitney Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah.
All this great weird shit.
That's the one I own. That's the one that sticks in my head, though.
Yeah. And then we just sat down on the couch. I propped the camera up at probably the most unflattering angle I could have. Not on purpose. I just suck at it.
And it doesn't help when your tripod's only like,
yeah, it was this tripod, and we're 3 people sitting on a couch. And your living room is fucking weird. Can we acknowledge this?
Yeah,
we have tried recording so many different things in your living room, and none of them work. No.
My living room is from the 60s, and it was made for one thing, and that is like fucking standing with a cocktail and talking to someone.
Yeah, your living room is a cocktail lounge. God damn it. And it's echoey as shit. But God damn it, I recently went through all my friends' childhood homes, and yours won out for if I could have any of them, it would be yours.
Aw.
Yeah, it's a weird compliment, but if I could take your home from you, it would be yours. If I could steal anyone's house from people that may forgive me for it at some point in the future, it would be you. Yeah, I don't know.
That was a joke.
What?
No. Also, I was thinking about like so many things, and like one was a terrible joke that doesn't even make fucking sense. And 2 was like, oh, the hell, there's even a place where you can put a fireplace in, so
Yeah.
you can even upgrade.
Yeah, and you finished that basement, man. You got to fucking... Oh, man. But yeah, I want to ask more questions, but that's just way too personal for the internet. Let's try to get back to top. So we did episode 0. Very informal. I don't remember why we did. I think at one point we tried a microphone test in your basement and the microphone didn't work or something. Yeah. But
it was you wanted to test like lighting and the microphone.
Yeah, and that microphone was just dead. I still have it in a box somewhere because of sentimental reasons, but the thing is fucking... That thing just sucked.
Get it bronzed.
Get it bronzed. Yeah, get it. Yeah, I mean, when I was trying to shop for another microphone, when I asked the guy, like, what should I do with my old microphone, he was like, I put all my old microphones in a shadow box. Yeah, he said that. I was like, whoa. The fuck is that? I don't know. Just a guy in a corner shadow boxing, with your microphone.
Especially if you still have the, I do. I need to dig it out. The all of the above poster from when we were at JUCO.
Oh,
you could put that in the back of it and then have it sitting in the.
That would be lovely. I don't have that, so I that would be fucking lovely.
If I find it, I can scan it and I'll send it to you.
That'd be so cool. I'd appreciate that greatly. That would be so fucking cool. But we got to talk about our first year though. We did a couple things. We decided on all of the above. I had forgotten that the first episode was supposed to be with Nate and Dan.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be. You challenged me to make warm malt liquor good. Because I was being such kind of an ass about it.
Hey, you were right. You were right. Oh, man. And okay, we say radio show. We should clarify. This isn't like on your car dial. This was an internet radio show.
This ain't your grandparents' old radio show.
Yeah, exactly. You're not tuning in on the talkie, bitch. This is a website.
It's like a shitty podcast.
Yeah. And it was live when you were on the air. When you weren't on the air and when no one was on the air, they played archived shows, which is so fucking weird to me. Because, like, you'd get if they didn't filter out the shit, they had, like, a queue on this program, and they'd have shows from months ago. And so you'd get people on the radio when no one was actually on live being like, it's June 2012. And it's like, no, it's not.
Really, really fuck with someone who's been, like, locked in the library studying.
For all the hermits who recently made the big leap to come out of the fucking hole in the ground, this is really fucking up their perception of time. And we
Or
need
even, like, because we were one of the few that, like, didn't, I remember it was, like, us and, like, 2 other shows that didn't do, like, current events.
Yeah.
So that made even worse sense to put them on as
Yeah.
archive.
Yeah. I mean, it's so easy to just be like, all right, let me scroll Twitter's fucking discovery feed. Oh, Jojo Siwa took a shit. Well, let's spend 40 minutes on that. And oh, yo puppy, yo puppy. When we started, I feel like that first episode was like when it sank in that this would work. Were you convinced on episode 1, or did it take you a little while?
Well, I had to be because I came back. And not to sound like I'm a jerk, because I promise most people I'm not. But especially when I was younger, I had a habit where if something didn't work or if I was uncomfortable, I just never did it again.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. You don't owe anyone your fucking time. But tact.
I mean, that's how you make friends, is you step out of your comfort zone.
Yeah. You and I both definitely had a tact problem back then. I almost took pride in being like, I'm just going to say what I feel like, and if you have a problem with it, that's a you problem. and like, that just sucks. Because it not only doesn't take into consideration other people's feelings in the matter, but like, also, what if you're wrong? Then you're just belligerently a douche.
And time makes a douche of us all.
Yeah. The great philosopher Joey.
Joey.
We'll get to Joey. Oh yeah, man. That was the fucking shit. But that, again, we'll get to that. It feels like we're always trying to get to the Johnson County Community College years. Half a year.
Yeah.
The singular
I think it's 'cause
semester.
It felt like it was much longer than it was, you know?
Yeah. Like,
in a good way.
Yeah. Like, in a retrospective, like, we spent a year at the University of Missouri, Kansas City, UMKC. 2 different semesters, 2 different time slots. I feel like the second year we had a 2-hour, 3-hour time slot or some ridiculous.
Yeah, we had a much longer time slot in the second go around.
I mean, because
because we like jumped to like second to first on the ratings.
We were dueling with the people who were like renting billboards and advertising and shit, and we were just like good.
We were just like,
yeah, fuck you, man. We just are good at this, and it was great.
We're just entertaining.
Yeah, and we were able to play music. That's one of the things I miss most. I believe you said that the thing you miss most about later iterations was it being live.
Yeah, it was because of the music too. Like it being live, because then we could play music without like worrying about. And it's not like we played a lot of music that would get like copyright striked anyway.
Yeah, true. But yeah, like I liked being able to just scroll through my music folder and being like, oh, I like this music, and then you'd bring me some music that you liked, and I got to find out about a bunch of new music that way because you'd just show up with some shit.
I can't pronounce half the music you showed me, but it still said a lot of it was sitting in. I switched music carriers. Like I used to use Spotify, so it's in my old Spotify playlist.
Nice. And so I do miss being able to do that because I mean right now I know that there's been a song that I found a little while ago that's just been in my head. It's The Show Will Go On by Leo Leo Sayer. And that I definitely would play that if we were, but for right now we just have to be like recommendation that shit. So look it up on your own, I guess. Has there been a song recently that's just been in your head that you would nominate?
Hold on. Actually, because I pay for YouTube, because I'm some sort of scrub.
I'm a vicarious scrub because my brother pays for my YouTube Premium subscription.
Yeah, I upgraded to the family plan because my mom and my sister use mine too. Because my mom was like, I'm tired of getting woken up because she listens to like the white noise videos, and then ad
Yeah.
screaming at you at 3 in the morning.
Oh Christ.
I Want to Be in the Cavalry by Core Blood. That's
I don't-
number one, honestly.
I don't know that song. You're gonna have to send that one to me.
I will. If my... Why is it showing me history?
It's okay. I feel the urge to move on from this.
Lights on a Truck.
Lights.
Not Christmas yet, but it's one of my favorite Christmas songs. Lights on a Truck by the Stupendium.
And Lights on the Truck is Stupendium. That's the people that did the cyber. Was it Cyberpunk? No, it was the fucking Obsidian games. They made Outer Worlds.
The Outer Worlds?
Yeah. Made a great song for the Outer Worlds. Is that the same people?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so you gotta send me that one too, because they do good shit.
Okay.
But yeah, we did a year at UMKC, but some of the best memories I have from it, obviously the format that was nice. I remember once, didn't we get like locked out? I mean, we had to get a key. What was it, during the first or second semester where no one was around, so we had to go to the fucking front desk and get the key for the studio, which was a big glass dome. Fucking people staring at us, poking at the glass. It's creepy.
And then just totally abandoning us. Like,
Yeah.
you're just mid-show, and then you glance out, and everything's dark, and everyone's gone.
Yeah. But I do remember, like, there were a couple times that, like, I drove you there, like, in the second semester, but usually you would be driven there by your mom, or you would drive there, or something like that. And I would rush from my class over to the student center, and then you'd be there, like, on a bean bag, and I'd be like, yeah, you're here, and it always made me so happy. It would be happy to see you. And it really goes to show that campus security is a joke.
If you're about the right age, no one asks questions.
Yeah, no one gave a shit. No one asked for your ID. No one asked if you had student shit. Like, just were there.
I showed up. I looked about the right age, and I was just on my phone minding my business. So
Yeah, I mean that's the law of the land, man. You just mind your business, and people won't bother you.
if you ever want to do anything, anywhere, look like you're supposed to be doing it.
Yep. I learned that lesson long ago. You just walk around like you're supposed to be there, and as long as you aren't conspicuous or take too long to do anything, everyone just assume.
This was one of my family members. He was like, "You ever want to just go literally anywhere, put on a reflective vest, and hold a clipboard.
Yeah.
You will not be stopped by anyone.
Yep. There was another TikTok. Everything's a TikTok now, but there was this person who really wanted to see the inside of like a movie theater that they were building in his neighborhood, and so he just got a reflective vest and a clipboard and just walked the fuck on in. And I was like, it's Andrew. Oh, okay. And Mark, yeah. And then just just kept going. No one fucking said shit. No one asked him about it. He just asked for a name, and then there you go. He was there the whole time. No one.
Look official. Look at your clipboard and be like, "Is there a mark here?"
Yeah, like, Christ. One of my other favorite memories from UMKC era was, out of context, this sounds so bad, especially now, but the corruption of Obama. That was a video game. All right. Like, we weren't all of a sudden getting super political from the right. Like, that. No. It's a video game that you shared with me.
that they finished, what, like 2 years later? And
Yeah.
now the sequel is out, by the way.
Yeah. It's called Corruption of Champions. Cock, if you need a reference there.
Not
it is
confused with its spin-off Tits.
Yeah. If you haven't picked up on it now, it's 18 plus. It is a mature title, text-based adventure, sex game, and we wanted to play it on the air, but
It also had one of the most punishing fucking fight systems.
oh god, yeah, oh Jesus, it was so fucking hard, but we wanted to play it on the air, and we had joked about it away from the show, and then it was like at your house or something, and then we brought it full force to the show, where instead of all of the explicit words, we would put in political or legislative language and names of politicians. Do you have a favorite line by chance?
No, all I'm thinking of is having to voice things as JFK.
Yeah. But it's stuff like legislated all over your face or rubbed your Clinton. And shit like that, and because the oversight of this radio station was non-existent,
As long as you didn't break FCC,
yeah,
you're fine.
yeah, we never swore. We never shared any explicit materials. We were well within the guidelines. And it was...
We had a list of the words we couldn't say.
Yeah, it was like tacked to the wall behind me. And I'm like, all right, well, nope, can't use that one. So, Mamie Eisenhower, we'll just throw in a Mamie where otherwise there would not have been one. What was surprising to me when I went back, when we decided that we were going to move the radio show. Oh, I shouldn't transition away from this. I want to ask, what's your I don't want to steamroll you here. I have a tendency to do that. What's
From back then? Probably the Halloween episode.
the
But
Halloween episode?
But I'm a spooky dude in general.
Yeah.
It was when, quote unquote, we went to hell. It's like everyone had like abandoned us, and it was decorated outside of the studio. So it was just super creepy, and we're just sitting there like the blue screen keeping us.
Yeah.
So we just made up this whole story.
Mm-hmm. I think at one point, like, either one of us went to the bathroom. I don't remember. And then since the door locked,
Oh yeah, let me in.
just let me in. There's just pounding on the door. It was at UMKC because I was a student there. You were not. You were a student at Johnson County Community College. Do you mind me saying that?
No.
Okay, so you're a student there, and your social security number is no, I'm kidding.
555.
5550123.
have a fake social security number because I have to do for homework. I do tax returns.
Oh.
So I have like 4 fake social security numbers that I have to put on paperwork.
God, I hope you have a good filing system, because if one of those shits winds up in an actual tax return, you are going down, bro.
I know, right?
Oh, goodness. But yeah, I was a student at UMKC. You were not, and I hated it at UMKC. It sucked. They have no idea what they're doing.
Oh yeah, that's when they did the anchor.
Yeah,
classes.
anchor and discourse classes where it was just stupid bullshit wasting everyone's time. No one knew how to do it, and everyone hated it.
I know you're doing an art degree, but we're sending you to chemistry.
Right? Like, I was there for communications, and they had me in a mechanic one. And it just was it made no fucking sense. But you have finally convinced me to transfer to Johnson County Community College, otherwise known as JUCO, and I don't understand where that acronym comes from.
That is a good question.
Yeah.
Because the place I go to now uses the acronym correctly, because I go to a different business to, like, I'm not going to say what it is because it's dangerously close to my house. But they have a similar acronym.
Yeah.
But they pronounce it correctly.
Yeah.
It's JOCO.
Yeah, I would imagine JOCO, Johnson County, or JOCO if people don't JOCO, because it's Johnson Community. But no, JUCO. I get worried that it's derogatory. You know, like I get a little worried about. Yeah, it's a little. If that is why it's that, then oh god. But I have a feeling that the entire state of Kansas wouldn't just co-sign on that shit without anyone asking.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so you finally convinced me to go there, and there's a definite point while we're still doing the show at UMKC where we just kind of checked out. And that point was when we spent a month and a half discussing the epic rap battles of history one by one.
I forgot about that.
So did I, because it's not entertaining. It wasn't entertaining, interesting. It wasn't anything. It sucked.
But it still kept us on the air.
It kept us on the air, and finally we finally ended it there. And this microphone stand that I have right now, not this part, but this part down here. I can just lift it. The arm here. That is from the UMKC studio. We didn't use these. We had craning arms, but this was like a backup one, I guess. But you know, I think 7 years is past the statute of limitations for a $5 item. So I'm thinking I'm safe.
Just get a letter in the mail.
Right. I'm an extra felon because I've skipped state lines. Illinois is right next to Missouri. They could just come get me.
But extradite you.
Yeah. But yeah, this microphone stand is from that radio station, and that was the last time we ever did all of the above live. Because at JOCO, we had a new format. It was 1 hour. 1 hour?
Yeah, it was 1 hour.
1 hour.
Minus promos and commercials.
Yeah, we actually did promos. UMKC didn't make us do fucking promos. Of course, the UMKC promos were ass. You remember those fucking bumper promos that we had to play that were either corny jokes or horribly produced?
Yes.
God.
just cut off songs like mid.
Yeah, so fucking awful. But then we went to Ecav, ECAV, the student radio station at Johnson County Community College, and a number of big differences. One, we actually interacted with some of the other hosts.
Yeah, we saw the other people who worked there.
Right? Novel concept. We got internal promotion. The posters. UMKC didn't do that shit. That station was KRU, by the way, because we haven't said that. UMKC, KRU Student Radio, blah blah blah.
They were a kangaroo.
The
right?
kangaroo, yeah, their mascot was the kangaroo, and the Johnston County Community College mascot is the Cavaliers, so ECAV, Cavalier, and they put E in front of it because they're fucking idiots, and everything electronic has to be E something, but
Because even when we discussed it, like when we were there, they would just call it Cav.
yeah.
Cav Radio.
Yeah, and like I remember trying so many different times trying to listen to the radio station and it never worked. I could never get it to work. I know eventually some people did, obviously, because
I got it to work.
Yeah, you
like,
got it to
eventually.
work. You got it to
But
work.
only on my home computer. It fucking hated my laptop.
Another big difference was we got paid. It was like $50 every 2 weeks or something really small, and it wasn't taxed. So at the end of the year, we had to pay it all back anyway. It's fucking dumb. I hated it so bad. But I mean, hey, we're professionals.
It was like at the time that was $50 every 2 weeks. We worked like 6 times technically.
Yeah,
6
like,
times, 6 hours, $50 for 6 hours.
Yeah, because what we would do is the biggest change was the format to it. We had
The only thing that sucked is they didn't pay both of us. It was for the show.
Oh shit, that's right. I was the only one getting paid.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Jesus. I would not oh my god. Sorry.
No,
Oops.
you're fine. You split it amongst us.
I did?
You did.
Okay, good, because I didn't remember doing that, and I was sort of like, oh no.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, you like my Santa Jason?
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's a
I've seen the
Jason.
Santa hat.
That's a Jason mask with a Santa hat.
But which Jason?
Dollar store Jason. If we bought it, bought it at a fucking. It was a GameStop, like the shitty mask. Definitely not first Jason.
That's how you. That's how you flex that you're a horror buff on some plebes.
Yeah.
Which Jason mask is it?
Yeah. Got Santa Jason, and then the perspective. There's a Bill Goldberg mug of his fucking head right there.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it was Freddy, because I see like the pink with the like hat, the fedora.
Yeah, it's in a box. That's why. But right there, the wrestler Bill Goldberg has his fucking head as a mug. Ted Turner never did fucking merchandise right. Anyway, the biggest change was the format, which was we had 4 blocks of content, 11 minutes per. And we would divide the show, generally. There were some exceptions, but we would divide the show 2 talking segments, 2 music segments. And it was all pre-recorded, and then we would record, and then we'd have to edit it together, render it, put it in the file, record a promotional bumper, and then we were done. And we had to do that for 2 different shows a week. And for some dumb
we were Tuesday, Thursday, weren't we? With the new shows we dropped.
we had different shows for Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Tuesday and Thursday. Those they would alternate the shows. The newest shows would be the Monday and Tuesday, but then they just repeat them Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And apparently nothing on the weekends. I don't know what the fuck. But
They threw parties on the weekends. We just never went. Remember?
I didn't even remember they did parties. Shit.
Yeah, they asked us, I think, once or twice, and then you were working and I had homework, so we couldn't
Shit.
go because they asked us to like go to live DJ events. Like,
oh yeah, I did one of those. I did one, and it was because it was during a school day. They took like a boombox down to the cafeteria and were just loudly playing music that like one person would request. And I didn't get to do anything.
Obnoxious kids.
Right? Like, we were just obnoxiously playing topical music because I'd be like, oh, we should play, like, some classic, some other stuff.
You know, the things we play on our show?
Yeah, like, you want me there, do what I do, right? And they're like, no. I didn't ever get to do anything. And I just stood there being like, I hate this. And then that was it. Like, it was pretty much the whole thing. It sucked ass. Recording those bumpers, though. Those fucking promos.
I remember sitting, like, we kept trying because we couldn't get, it was Buddy Johnson, the jazz singer, or is he blues? I think he's blues.
The musician.
Yeah. Or no, Buddy Guy. My bad. Because he's a famous musician. We had to fit his whole like name of him and his show and where it was in like 20 seconds.
Yeah, how do we?
And we just kept fucking it up. We just kept switching.
Yeah, like it. Oh, and I was getting
25 seconds. Fuck.
Yeah.
Go.
It was so fucking upsetting, and especially since we would do school all day, and then we would leave from, I believe it was, what was it, poli-sci, fucking that class?
No, it was, we called it, fuck Western Civilization.
Yeah.
What was it called?
Whatever the actual class was called, I think
it was World Civ or something
yeah,
like that.
Why white people are evil, as if we didn't know already. And we would leave from that, go to the station, and we'd be there for fucking hours. And then we would leave from that, maybe pick something up on the way home, and then do D&D that night.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I couldn't do half of that shit in one full day now.
And then at like 3 a.m. get breakfast.
Yeah, like 3 or 5 a.m. Go get breakfast at Waffle House, and then come back, and then go to school again.
Because we'd realize, oh fuck, after we ate breakfast and got back, it's 7 a.m. It's time to go to...
Like...
I got class in an hour, let's go!
Like, that is the exact example I give as to why I'm old now. Because, like, I woke up, started talking to you, we started recording. Once this is done, I'm thinking I might have to take a nap. Like... What happened to me? Oh, God.
No, I remember, this is somewhat on topic, but warning to all of the wonderful listeners, because I know from your lives you have a range of ages who watch you. Energy drinks and coffee are not your friend in college. My doctor legitimately looked at me, and when I handed him the can of like energy drink that I drank, the Wired.
Oh, man.
They toned it down a little bit since we were in college. Fantastic energy drink. It's only $1, but it tastes like medicine.
Yeah.
I handed it to him. I told him how much I drink, like, throughout the week. And this was in, like, finals when we were, like, oh, D&D, and, like, we were doing all of this. And he looked me dead in the eyes and he says, I am not sure how you are still alive to talk to me. Your heart should have stopped by now. I
mean, I had a similar thing. I was working at Starbucks and it felt like I had a heart attack. It was just like a spasm or something, probably some heart attack like thing. But
Like palpitation, it's going too
yeah,
fast.
it's going too fast. I'm getting numb. I can't stand up straight. The pain in the arm. It was fucking scary. And they made me drive myself home. That was the day my supervisor gave me the coffee bomb.
Oh, yeah, that would explain it.
Yeah, like 25 shots of espresso over filtered iced coffee with a tiny shot of half and half. You dunk in and chug all in one go. I can't imagine.
Jaeger bomb, but worse for you.
Yeah, I can't imagine why that went wrong. Why that would go badly. Fucking Christ. But anyway, so while we were totally just destroying our bodies, all the while you were doing really good with your weight management back then.
Oh yeah, I was 3 times at the gym
Yeah.
for an hour. Now I'm COVID fat.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Back at it.
Everyone's got that layer. I got my water walking. And I slip.
Chungus.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I'm trying to take Spoof on more walks. It's just trying to get him to stop fucking yanking on it. And
Yeah.
it's been working, and the way I've been trying to train him, and it's fine. It's just I can't walk regularly, and I feel so bad. But like, he also was mostly asleep during the day, so I'm like, I don't know. But anyway, we mentioned Joey. You want to go into who Joey is?
All right, I don't remember where Joey came from. It was a joke. Like, you named him. We named him Joey because he sounded like a Joey.
And his
I
last
remember
name.
it was like, put on your best like Brooklyn, like New Yorker voice, because that's what we were aiming to get. And it was I don't even know. I'd have to listen to it to see if I can do it again, because I can't. But it was me doing a mildly passable, angry Bronx Ung's voice. We got so much good lines out of me just bullshitting
Yeah.
with that voice.
Good old Mr. Gonna Have a Choke a Bitch.
Yeah.
Polish immigrant to the Bronx. I had to make it all one word to get past the censors.
Yeah.
And
No, I remember why. It's because I said that in the voice.
yeah,
And it floored you.
yeah.
Because it sounded so bad. But somehow the people leading the station said it passed the censors. So we were like, let's just make that his last name.
Yep. And that was one of the first times you told me about getting like recognized from the show. What was it? You were like in the student lounge?
It was not the student lounge. It was one of those study areas, like where you're just walking around and they just decided, here's an open area, throw some tables.
Yeah.
But I was leaving a class and I came back and I heard someone use that one of the lines from our shows in the voice. And I couldn't stop smiling. I was like, because you're told people listen to you.
Yeah. But it's not like a live crowd where you get immediate feedback or something. But
I even remember when you, like, the fucking cheese look on your face when they handed you the demographics and you saw that people from all over the world were listening
yeah, man.
to us. Like, our reach was as far as, if I remember right, Singapore.
Yeah, like it was the fucking other side of the globe. Like, it was incredible. And we were having a lot of fun. We had we had new segments and guests. We would try to get Sam to come up with what was it, just like shit he liked that week or something.
it was like a sports commentator, because that's when he started to get into like super following it before he started gambling.
Oh yeah. Ugh.
And so not not even getting off on him, because he just sets aside like $5
Oh
a
yeah.
month to gamble. But
Yeah,
that's the reason he was getting into it, was to gamble. But he had stats. He had like stupid shit that was going on, and like that he was just finding because he was keeping track of everything.
No.
And we kept asking him like, "Oh, just send us shit. Like we need a sports segment."
Yeah, and he would also pick like a song, or no, he would pick, yeah, he would do that, and then we would like pick a song from it, or I have no
Yeah.
fucking clue. Then we would have, God, I was really hoping I'd remember his name at this point. What was his fucking name? It's like a J or
James.
James. Yes, James, the small man you wished to suckle.
It's a weird way of putting it.
It's not a wrong way of putting it, though. But oh man, because I remember, I should mention the linchpin. I don't know if it was, at the moment, but it certainly feels like it now, that doing the mod Oblivion episodes was really what convinced me that the move would be a good idea. I don't remember. But yeah, let's mod Oblivion. We recorded that in the fucking
In like a study room. Like
Yeah,
one of
we-
those private study rooms.
yeah, private study room, recording it in just a room full of mostly people I knew. And that was while I was at UMKC. I had black hair because I dyed it for Halloween, and
Learned that dyeing your hair darker means it's gonna stay that way for a long time.
yeah, and I almost broke James's nose, just during a promo.
Can I come out from under the table?
I mean, props to him. He just fucking went with it, because
Yeah.
my ass would have been like, hit. Oh, what the? You fuck you! I'm out of here. Like, I would have just gotten mad. When I'm in pain, I get mad. It's not healthy. I'm working on it. But oh man. And then this pop filter. This pop filter is from Ecav. This amalgamation of shit minus the microphone, because that my mom bought that for me. But this pop filter and the little clamp arm, that came from Ecav. So I didn't have money, man. I had to do something.
Hey, they didn't miss it.
No, they were well stocked. I don't know how they're doing now, but I think Keiru ended, but I hope Ecav's still doing well, because
Ecav's still going. I know that.
that's good. That's good.
Whenever I have to go to campus, I always walk by and I'll see people in the studio still working.
That's good. I'm glad, because those were some
They
good
definitely
times.
lock those doors now. You can't
Oh,
just,
yeah.
go in.
Oh my god. I remember it's like I'd go in, and before the show, and I'd be trying, sometimes we weren't together when we were heading in, so I'd be trying to map something out on my laptop or whatever, and some random fuck would just waltz in and start digging through shit. I'm like, who the fuck are you? And they're like, what, this ain't science. I'm like, bitch, you're trying to find something to take, because they knew we had a mini fridge in there.
Yeah.
Just trying to
A mini
take your
fridge
shit.
that was stocked.
Yeah. Oh, God. So that lasted a semester. What's your favorite? If you had to pick one, what was your favorite moment from the Ecav era?
My favorite moment would be when we were re-upping and we learned someone was copying us because we were doing so well.
Oh, I don't remember this. Someone was copying us?
Yes, there they released the new the new list of like shows and who was going to be on what. Because we were the only like variety show
Yeah.
the first semester we were there, and then the next semester, and I listened to their show, and it was
Oh
I didn't.
man.
This was not a baseless claim. Someone had copied our show format because we were doing so well. And they came on the opposite day we did, so that there was always a variety show on.
Man. Rat bastards.
And that just made, because like if you're doing so well, people are copying you. You're doing something right.
It is a compliment. And because we only did that one semester because I had to drop out after that to work full time. And God, I have mixed feelings about that to this day. But we after Ecav, after that era ended, not long after that, I moved to the Olathe apartment. And I remember
Probably the worst place you've ever lived.
Oh,
Down.
post Admire, yeah, like after age 16, that was definitely one of the worst places. I would say living in my father-in-law's basement was pretty fucking god awful, but no, that apartment was shit.
Like just so many bad vibes out of it too.
It was a god awful fucking place, and I remember we tried to revamp the show to be an internet podcast. And I feel like I look like a completely different person on this angle. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Like, what the fuck happened? My hair is white now. My nose got bigger. I don't know what the fuck.
Now it feels like we should be talking about like cryptids and conspiracies.
Thanks. Bigfoot is real, though. I'm just.
I know I can't harass them in my home state or I get a ticket.
Oh man, but we tried to revamp the show in the Olathe apartment because we had that walk-in closet. Like the one good thing about that apartment was a walk-in closet, and so we sat down and recorded the Mount Rushmore of various video game companies, and we also talked about nostalgic movies, and that's where "You Ain't Charlie, You Ain't Never Gonna Be Charlie" happened. Yeah. That's still one of my favorite moments from the entire run of the show. And I was trying to model the videos after a different podcast. I'll put it that way because I'm not a fan of them anymore. And I felt like the editing was good enough, but it was so tedious, the editing process. And it didn't help that we now lived a significant part away from each other, and we only saw each other like once a week. For D&D, and even that kind of died off not long after that.
Yeah, because fucking everyone had to get.
Yeah. Plus, our friendship took a bit of a hit around that time too. Yeah, that was the time of the box and all that stuff. So the show kind of dropped in priorities for a while. We did again try to reintroduce it after I moved to Ottawa, which is even further away. But at that point, it was you, me, and Kyle talking about the best game genres, the worst game genres, and if modding was cheating.
And the fucking like little phone games that kept coming out, spawning in the before times when people were expected to be near each other.
Yeah, and so yeah, we tried a number of times, but the last big run we had, it wasn't even really a big run, but it was the last stable run we had was after I moved up here and into this house. We tried doing it weekly over this.
Yeah.
we were having some technical problems. At some point, we were calling each other on the phone. You would record your side, I would record my side, try to sync it up.
Because I was on probably a 10-year-old laptop, and then it was Google was fucking like pounding it out with new people adding to their internet, because that's I finally figured out that's what was happening, was like mini corporations. They brought in way too many customers that their internet could not support.
Damn.
So they had to then revamp their whole bandwidth.
Do you still have that like dead zone in your house?
Oh no, it's all pretty good right now. Like even like my computer's sitting where the dead zone used to be, and I still get 5 bars now.
That's fantastic. And of course, now you've got this really nice webcam, and there's some slight popping from the microphone, but like whatever. And so like it. One of the big things that kind of tanked the phone call era, I guess, is that it seemed like there was a lot of scheduling problems. And at one point we started getting really political.
And then like we tried to cover news, and the news was just sad.
Yeah. So like
It just got depressing.
yeah, and so everything combined to kind of just sort of fade out, and I tried to reintroduce the podcast as a just sort of like a talking thing. Sometimes I'd interview people, sometimes I'd just be talking about various shit, but the biggest problem, and something that literally got asked of us at the very beginning of all of it, back in the Kru era, was what the fuck is the show? And it's coy to say, well, it's all of the above. It's everything, whatever we want it to be. But like, what's the incentive for people that don't know the show to tune in? And now that there's 5 billion podcasts in the world,
Yeah.
it's a little more easy to be like, oh, well, here are the lessons to learn from it. But now, like, it's clear that the title doesn't really say what the fuck's going on, or and the show has been so many different things that it's hard to even, I don't even know what the fuck it is anymore. It felt like it was just my bi-monthly rant session for a little bit, and like, I don't know. But
What's that tagline from Rhett and Link? Like it's two friends talking to each other.
yeah, and that's totally fine. At least with Rhett and Link, they have a bit of like a gimmick of how they've been friends since grade school, and
Yeah.
and they have the dynamic between Ear Biscuits and Good Mythical Morning, where one is way more produced and the other one's way more like intimate. But with us, we do have a rapport. We do conversate and we do the thing, and especially now that you have the better equipment and all this other stuff. Like, it was never about the equipment, but it's so tempting to just be like, you know what, never mind, let's just try it again. But like, the past 4 or 5 times we've done this show, it has been, let's try it again.
Yeah. It's one of those bittersweet, like trying to chase something you used to have. Like
Yeah.
at some point you just gotta let it go.
Exactly. And
I think a lot of it too is and I'll extend this to anyone listening as advice, is there's a way different rapport when you're in person versus through a screen.
I think
Like,
a lot of people
one of-
during this pandemic era have learned that. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
One of my favorite examples is it was when Nate tried to do a video called the and just Kyle and this one girl just at each other's throats constantly.
Oh man.
And then we did one in person. Completely fine. They get along now. They are friends.
Oh, that's fantastic.
But when you listen to them over voice, I 100% thought they hated each other. Like, deep down, like,
Yeah.
fuck you. I will fight you in the streets. Hate you.
Yeah, I remember that time. That's really cool that they're back on terms. But yeah, I started doing therapy during a time when in-person sessions weren't a thing. A new therapist. And so we were doing these like Zoom calls, and for a long time during it, I was like, I don't even want to do this. This sucks. Like, it feels like nothing's happening. But then a couple months ago, they opened it back up to like limited in-person sessions, and I've been going to in-person ones, and it feels way more natural. Like it's night and fucking day.
That's something I was thinking about because I kept seeing ads for like, oh, over Zoom or over phone call, and I just like I didn't super understand because I had that same feeling too. Is like talking to someone, especially like them trying to help you, just feels weird. Like feels like a call center kind of
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah. It's just, there's a separation there, and especially when
I'm sure it's because we're old.
oh, cry.
Yeah.
There's a separation there, and especially when you're trying to do something else with it too. Like for therapy, it's like trying to get to the root of an issue. For a podcast, when the whole thing is how good you talk with the person you talk to, for other people to consume, like it adds an extra layer that I just don't think is sustainable for, at least not for, I hate to say it this way, but at least not for us.
Yeah. I could say for a lot of people. I'm
Oh, yeah.
trying to think of like professional podcasts, and not a lot are like over calls. A lot of them are in person.
Yeah, I can think of like maybe 2 that feel natural over the phone, and all the other ones that I like are people in person. My favorite podcast right now is Taste Buds, and they're sitting on a couch together. And conversely, somewhat contradicting it, my other favorite podcast is the Jim Cornette Experience, and that's done over Skype. But the difference is that Taste Buds is very much 2 friends talking about whatever they're talking about. The Jim Cornette Experience and the spinoff show, the Jim Cornette Drive-Thru, it's call and answer. It's 2 people talking, but one person is basically there just to ask the questions and to bounce off a little bit. But the main thing is about the one guy, Jim Cornette, not so much his co-host. And we do tend to have a bit of a thing with our conversation style where it seems like I'm talking 90% of the time.
Yeah, I am. What was that? When I die, I'm going to, with my life insurance, I'm going to get like a fucking mannequin. just so my friends never miss me. It's just gonna sit in my chair and be like, "Yep." I'm just gonna nod slightly.
That's so sad, man.
But it's true. Like
You
you
are-
can continue talking to me.
Yeah,
You are feel like normal.
you are a very good listener, but I very much like in exchanging thoughts with you, because I feel like you're one of the most unique thinkers in my friend group, and we disagree about a lot of things. And now more than ever, it's important to recognize the invaluableness. And
Yeah, fucking people are way in their echo chambers.
yeah. And while it can be nice to just be like, oh man, this is the way I think about it, and just hear, yeah, me too. And there's a validation there, but like,
Dangerous. That's how
yeah,
bad things happen.
it's a very dangerous thing. No matter what the viewpoint, no matter which side of the aisle, as if there's an aisle, no matter where
Same
you,
word. That's what I always have to remember.
yeah,
Everything's bird, no matter what you.
Yeah. And echo chambers are where you breed extremism. I mean that it's like bacteria. You put it in an enclave and it breeds there, because that's what it's there for. And that's not to say that you exist as the devil's advocate either, because we do agree on a lot of things, and
Yeah.
I genuinely enjoy hanging out with you and talking to you. Like when I was there in person, right? Like I still have some mixed feelings about that trip because I I felt like I was the most excited person for it.
That's one of the things. Like I felt like I needed to be like more excited, but I was like, but she's doing other things. Like I can't like
Yeah, that it didn't.
grab up all the time.
Yeah, it didn't help that I came down and was like, all right, this day's for this person, this day's for this person.
But I get it. I don't travel much. Like I even told my family that they were like, "Oh, come and visit us," and I was like, "When have I ever taken a vacation? Look at me in the face. And tell me that." Fair.
Yeah.
Left me alone.
Yeah, and of course now, like I I wanted, I wanted to visit so many different people, but like I think one day would. That's another thing. It's hard for me to do multiple things in one day. So like if I give like half a day to my dad and half a day to my brother, then I feel like one of them is going to get cheated because I'll just sort of you know.
Yeah, it's like what we were talking about earlier with that. Like, oh, I kind of feel like I need to take a nap after this. Like,
Yeah.
there's some people, man, they're up at 6 and they're like, oh, I did blank, blank, and blank. And I've tried. I'll get up at 6 and then I'll do like two things, and then I'll look and I'm like, it's 3 in the afternoon. What the fuck happened?
Yeah. And that's why I like doing the chores around here so much now, which still baffles me to say because I used to fight doing chores so badly when I was young. But now, like, I can get up, get a couple of the dishes done over there. I can sweep up, take the trash out, and that shit takes like a minute. And you feel so accomplished because I live in a tiny ass house and I don't have a lot of people living here. It's just me and Breed now. Oh God, that's a conversation that I'm going to be having later today. But it's a lot more manageable and you can feel a little more accomplished about it. But yeah, like. I don't travel much, not out of a lack of desire, but because I just don't have the fucking money, man. It was hundreds of dollars to come down and be there for a little while. It came down by train, I guess, if I wanted to drive, but I fucking terrified of driving on the highway. This is not the point. This is not. The point is, when I was down there, you and I had some really good conversations, and you made a very specific point that stuck with me about how you and I could talk until the sun came up. And at the beginning, it could be like just trying to get to know each other, but we still were able to do it after being away from each other for a year. It was like multiple days into the trip, like. And we still were able to do that, and it's because we think we just genuinely relish in talking to each other. But we don't get that same experience with this.
Yeah.
Either it's because it's the technical limitation, not being in person, or maybe it's because we know that we have to mind what we say because the internet.
Yeah. Honest, yeah. I have terrible opinions. And we've even talked about that. I am a firm believer in controlling language can be good or bad, so I try to hold tongue.
Yeah, and so the long and the short of it is that this format, it just ain't gonna be anymore.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe because we've got a guest room again. God. I've been stressing so bad. That is not for the internet's consumption point. If you ever do come up to visit, maybe we'll do an episode, or maybe, who knows, we just enjoy spending each other's time without having to make the internet involved. Novel concept in 2021.
Unexpected.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Yeah.
The
But
internet needs to know exactly what everyone is doing.
and if they disapprove, kill them. Oh man. We could talk for hours. We definitely disagree about that, but we will. So that is the main reason why all the above is ending, because it has tried to be a million things, and what it will never be again is what it was best at, which was you and I in person enjoying each other's company. And every time I've tried to make it something else, it just doesn't fucking work, or it doesn't feel right. So this isn't just an announcement of an end. This is also the announcement of a beginning, because I have thought of a new podcast. One with a theme, for God's sake,
Ooh.
like an actual tangible thing that we're trying to do with it. I've got plans and shit. Let's see how long they last before they crumble. And so the tentative title for it is called it's Following the Plot, or Follow the Plot. It is a podcast about storytelling. It's not me telling stories sometimes. It's not like fictional podcast where they have like a plot, but it's about telling stories. Because what the fuck do I do on this channel? I tell stories. And I have for so long in my life, people have told me that they enjoy hearing me tell stories. Even if they don't give a shit what I'm talking about. I've been in the middle of complaining about a coworker to my manager, and they stopped me to tell me that they enjoyed hearing me talk. They didn't do anything about the coworker, but they fucking said that. I'm like, well, that's flattering, but could you do your job? So it's a podcast about telling stories in various formats, books, movies, songs, and I really enjoy the idea of talking about the nuances of communicating a story in various different mediums. And so I've got a variety of things lined up. I've got, visual novel devs there that I'm going to interview about it. I've got, my newest friend, who's an independent wrestler. That's a very specific form of storytelling, because in the ring, minus promos, that's all nonverbal physical storytelling. The best match tells a story, regardless of if it has the coolest moves. And so I think that's a very interesting way to communicate about it. And even without guests, I've got a bunch of topics that I want to talk about and all these various things. And I feel like having that specific focus on what I want to do, how I'm doing it, will make it not only do better analytically, whatever, but it'll make it feel more like I'm doing something. Even if it's just having fun. Excuse me. The name, Follow the Plot, comes from the first bit of advice I ever received from someone who started watching me after I started playing these visual novels. I'd be presented with some choice, and my natural instinct was like, I don't want to rock the boat. I don't know if I want to, whatever. What do I choose? And people just said, follow the plot. If the story thus far is this character's trying to flirt with you, or this character's trying to fucking beat you up, well, if you just avoid everything and you don't do anything, well, one, that's automatically the wrong choice, because this is a visual novel. No book is about doing nothing.
Avoiding the
Yeah. And
avoiding the premise.
Exactly.
Avoiding it.
Exactly. And so and so if you pursue the plot, if you follow the plot, I think this just, you could read philosophically into that and all that other stuff, but I feel like that is a good beginning, a good thing. And even if it doesn't work out, it's something worth trying, because why not?
There, it does remind me of a channel I used to listen to. They helped me through my humanities quite a bit, but they did the philosophical side. It was I'll drop his name. I don't know what the fuck he's doing now. Last thing I heard, he was writing his own graphic novel.
Oh, nice.
So I
Yeah.
think that's what he's still doing.
But you never know when you don't follow up with someone that's just like,
Yeah.
oh, I used to watch them back in the day. I'm a big fan of them. Oh, yeah? They're a Nazi. What the fuck? When did that happen? Last year?
It was Literacy Devil. And
Yeah,
I
that's
remember,
that's a name that will never be attached to
Yeah.
a controversy. There we go.
or literary, sorry, not literacy. But I remember because I would listen, and I legitimately, he did use him to pass, like, hardcore humanity classes.
Nice.
And
Hey,
even Chinese history once.
nice. See, and nothing wrong with that.
But he would, like, talk about, like, the difference between Western and Eastern styles, and then, like, go on to explain, like, here's one story told in the Western style, and here it is in the Eastern style, and then we're going to dissect how, like, what that means between them.
Yeah, and I mean there's I just think it'd be really fun. And Lord knows, storytelling as a medium, storytelling is not a medium because the storytelling can happen in any medium. Like I said, with music, books, D&D. You know, I would love,
Cooperative storytelling.
yeah, I would love to have you and Kyle on sometime to talk about storytelling via D&D, because you and I can speak to experiencing a story and trying to mold it via characters, and Kyle can speak to the difficulty of trying to maintain a story while also allowing for development via basically your co-authors. Because we remember that second campaign where you were the villain and everything went to shit. That was because Kyle basically tried to be the author and didn't allow for much cooperation. So I'd like to go into that more with the both of you sometime. I think it could be really fun. But we ain't never going to get to that if I spend more time talking about who the fuck gives a shit about what's on Twitter today and all this other stuff. So yeah. So that's the deal. This podcast started and ended as it is, you and me face to face, because we are face to face, kind of, talking about our memories and having fun, and who knows what's to come. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't, whatever. And who knows, maybe this will be like in the Nostalgia Critic retirement where it lasted a month and then came back and turns out he's a dick. Oh God. But yeah. So I'm going to get sappy on you here. I genuinely want to thank you. I'm not talking to the fucking audience here. I'm talking to you, man. I wanted so much for Warm Malt Liquor to be a success. I enjoyed doing it, and it hurt like a motherfucker when it turned into the why is Nate and Dan mad at each other and me, and I'm just trying to talk what the fuck happened scenario. And it felt genuinely like a like when you work all day in the sun and then you go take a really nice shower.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like starting all of the above with you. It felt like I was just covered in shit. And then you came in and made me sudsy. No, I mean this legitimately. Like, you made it fun and interesting and enjoyable, and we did so well, but more so than anything, we just enjoyed it. And out of all of the funny moments, one of my fondest moments was, I feel like it was for Kyle. I don't remember. Somehow, the topic of a demonstration of our flow came up, and we were sitting in your basement, and we improvised an 11-minute segment from start to finish, no script, no plan, no timer. And you and I just had a fucking ball for 11 minutes, and were able to sign off at exactly 11 minutes. Again, no timer, nothing. And so yeah, I the fun was some of the most fun I've had, and the experience invaluable in so many ways, but what it proved to me more than anything was the importance of our friendship. Because show, no show, whatever, spending that much time with someone and being naturally so in tune, I don't give a shit if there's something recording it or not. That meant the goddamn world to me in some of the worst moments of my life. It was a light I could look forward to. So, yeah.
On a similar note, doing what I do best. Recovering after a steamroll.
Okay.
Nah. I have legitimately enjoyed every moment of doing, from the shitty on the phone political crap to screaming about out mystical creatures trying to murder us in a glass dome. Every moment has brought me joy when we've done this. I'm gonna miss it, truly, deep down. But as you said, everything's gotta end eventually, and it's bittersweet. And it's not like we can't talk to each other.
Of course. I already invited you onto another show that isn't even a thing yet, so like
Earlier before we start this, I'll even officially invite you now. If you ever want to stop by when we're playing a game.
that sounds
Be like,
great.
Hey, are you guys playing? I'll be like, yeah, let me pull you up and we'll throw on you'll be random maiden that helps fight in this dungeon.
I'd love it. I'd absolutely love it.
But I wouldn't be who I am right now without having done this. You've helped me grow at very integral stages of my mental development. From 8-year-old to 15-year-old, because that's like, I think that we tested it. We did that test where it was like your mental age once on air, if I remember right, and I got like 8.
Oh God.
I did it again and I got 15.
Yeah. Oh man.
But you've helped me grow. Oh, you've probably kept me from doing very many social faux pas.
Sounding more like a therapist than a friend.
I mean, that's what friends are, baby. They're therapists. They're there for you when you're down, and if they're not, they're bad friends.
That's true.
And I wish you luck on following the plot.
Thank you. I hope. Oh,
In
no, spoofy. No. My spoof wants to say hi. You come up? There we go. He was on my cord. Hey, Spoofy. He's my little boy.
I haven't seen him in so long, and he's so much smaller than I remember him being.
Yeah, he's like 50 pounds, man.
I know, but I got this one.
True. You have much bigger dog.
Charlie's 100 pounds now.
Christ.
And Mac is. I'm gonna get sad here for a second, so
Yeah.
prepare yourself.
Oh no.
Mac is about
No!
5 pounds.
God damn it, man! Oh man! As soon as you God damn it! That was so fucked up, man! God damn it! Ah!
And yes, for the ones who are wondering, my dead dog is on my desk. You got a problem with that?
Oh, fuck, man. Yeah. What better symbology? We have a really sincere moment that ends in the what the fuck ish kind of humor. On that note, go ahead and end this final episode of all the
All right.
above.
Well, I've been Caleb,
And I'm Vivian.
and we'll talk to you later.
Thank you for watching. Bye, everyone.
Bye.